What's up, everybody? It's Beasneeze. It's been a little bit since I chatted with you like this. Peep the Frog. Um, he's been in every video, I think. But he's front and center in this video. Look at him. Look at the little dude. That is a good little dude. Anyway, today's video, I wanted to talk about. I've been studying Japanese for about 6 months now. I just finished my class and I got a pretty decent grade. I'm pretty happy with myself. I definitely not so gracefully skidded into the last lesson. Kanji really bit me in the butt. I did not prepare well for it at all, and I did not study nearly well enough for it. But I've been really good with the sentence structures and yeah, all the grammar stuff. I've been fine. I've been pretty decent at memorizing the vocab. I feel like right now, if I went to Japan, I could have a very basic conversation, like at a bar. I could chainsaw man daisuki, um, and that's kind of it. No, that's not it. I'm happy with my progress, and I think the biggest thing, that I need to realize is that I can't compare myself to other people, and I'm doing it in a very unconventional way. I guess it's not that unconventional, but I mean, I've been studying for 6 months. I've done my class, and then I have a tutor that I do every week. So I'm taking it pretty seriously, but I don't study nearly enough as I should. But I feel like I'm in a pretty decent place. So hopefully by the time I go to Japan later this year, I'll have even more under my belt. I don't think I'm gonna I'm not expecting myself to be fluent. That's at my rate. I did the math, and it would take me 5 years or 6 years to even be conversationally fluent. So somewhere along the way, I probably have to pick up the pace. But I think the fact that I'm gonna be there for a little over a month is gonna expedite my process a lot, because the thing that sucks here is I can't go out and practice. I have my Japanese marketplaces, but I feel really weird walking up to people and udon onegaishimasu, and then they're just like, what? I was born here. I really don't want to do that. um so it's tough, because I where I am. If I was to learn Spanish, there are a ton of people around me. My friend speaks Spanish. I could practice with a lot of people. I have a lot of friends who speak Spanish, so that would be no issue. But my friends that speak Japanese, a little bit slimmer. I mean, my one of my best friends, he's gonna be English teaching over there. But I think yeah, it's no secret that it's a lot harder to find people who speak Japanese. But I think I'm doing fine. So I just need to keep up. I need to actually consistently study, because that's been my biggest downfall. But when I'm studying, I'm getting it quick. I just need to actually consistently do that. The workbooks I love the workbooks. I don't like drilling vocab into my head. I need to find a good kanji workbook, because when I first started doing kanji, I did the numbers, and it took me 2 days, and I had all 15 of them memorized. All the 15 first lesson kanji, the ichi ni san shi, no, and then the clock, and there was a couple others, the yen, and the month, or ni and hon, Japan, or book. So the biggest thing for me is that each kanji can have several different meanings, and it all depends on the context, which is ridiculous. I think also I've most struggled with the particles, because it all depends on the verb or the adjective, or it all depends on that, and you just need to memorize what particle goes with each verb, rather than it just being I still think Japanese is a more, I don't want to say, because I obviously grew up learning English, so obviously it's easier to me, but I think a lot of stuff in Japanese makes more sense than English. looking at it from an outsider's perspective, not having grown up learning English or speaking English. But there's also a lot of stuff that you're just like, what? But it's every language has their things. So I think if you are looking to learn Japanese, which I think is a great idea, and it can be for any reason. Like I learned it because, or I learned it. I'm already done. 6 months. I hate those videos, by the way. I hate the videos that are like, yeah, I learned Japanese in a month. Like, no, you didn't. Like, and if you did, you got a very, very like loose understanding of it, or you're just a genius, which I am far from. But I think I'm catching on pretty quickly, and it helps that I have my tutor, and I think my pronunciation is pretty decent, because I watch a lot of anime and I have my tutor, and so I think I'm making steady progress. But the one thing I will say is, like I said it earlier, but don't compare yourself to other people. Do it at your own pace. Everyone's busy. I work full time, kind of, to get to Japan. So I get home a lot of times, and I'm like, studying Japanese right now is the last thing I'm gonna do. So a lot of the times, the only days I really study are the days I have off, which is like 2 or 3 days out of the week, and then that's when I do all my studying, and I had to kind of just cram it into those days. Which, it's not a horrible thing, but it would be better if I kind of spread it out, but I just have no energy after I get home. But that's something I have to work on, and I'm sure, my personality type, I will procrastinate for the end of time. But yeah, I think it's going good. So if you are interested, Genki is great. Genki has its flaws, but there's a lot of good resources out there for Japanese. I learned most of them just by looking on YouTube. Like I literally, I learned a lot of my hiragana and katakana. I remember my siblings learning it too, and I asked them, because they memorized hiragana and katakana before I did, and I was like, how the heck did you memorize those? And they literally were just like, I just searched on YouTube hiragana. And I was like, I should have guessed that. I should have tried that. For some reason, I'm like obnoxiously stubborn with like searching things up. I want to get it myself, or I'd just give up. So that's kind of one of my downfalls. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I just gotta keep it going when I'm not doing my class, because I would be doing a class, but the next one is during the summer, and it's everything I just did, but in 2 months instead of 5 months. And there's one in fall, but I'll be in Japan for a chunk of that semester, so that won't work unless I do online, which I really don't want to try to navigate with the time zones and that. Like when I'm in Japan, like I will take it as a studying opportunity, and that is how I'm presenting it to some people, because a lot of people hear me going to Japan for 40 so days, and they're like, why are you spending all that money to go to Japan for 40 days? And the truth of it is, I just want to go. But the when I want to like look smart, like, oh yeah, I'm doing it for the opportunity to learn and study Japanese. That's really the main reason why I'm doing it. But of course, I just want to see the world. No, I just want to go to Japan again. But that is a reason. I am excited to like study and then go out and practice it. Like I can literally get off call with my tutor and then walk to a convenience store and practice what I've just practiced. So that is, or go to a bar and practice what I just practiced. So I have learned more Japanese than my dad has, not to out him. I've gotten farther than a lot of other people who've tried to learn Japanese. I just need to keep with it, and I need to keep a structure, and I've worked on this a lot in therapy. I just need to keep a structure, because if I have no structure, I will be a blob floating in the endless abyss. So that is not what I'm trying to be right now. So that's really what it is. And everyone will have their different ways of learning. You will learn how you learn. I've learned how I learn. Earn. Sorry. But it's all about learning how you take in information. And learning a language is a lot harder the older you get. It's because your brain is so used to English and how English works, and then Japanese kind of just throws all that out the window. And I'm sure it's even worse the other way around. I cannot imagine. That's why I have a lot of respect for people who come from different countries and learn English, because English is so difficult, especially if you're learning it after only speaking Korean or Japanese or Chinese your entire life. It is so vastly different. So I'm trying my best, and it is a process, and I am working on it. I kind of want to record a little snippet of me speaking Japanese, but I'm really nervous about that, and I'm not at all confident in my Japanese right now. But I'm sure my grandma would be like, "Oh, that's great." I could just like say sushi unagi desu. And they're like, oh my god. But I'm just excited. Like I'm excited to see the people I saw last time and like speak a little Japanese. You know, who knows? It's all a part of the process. I'm just happy to be along for the ride, and just to see where I was at the beginning of the year when I started learning Japanese in like December, and seeing where I am now. There is definitely a difference. And now when I watch anime, I, instead of understanding 0.0001% of what they say, I understand about 1% or 2%. So, yeah, that's really all. I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about Japanese because that's consumed a lot of my free time, other than Final Fantasy or Persona or Pokemon or but we don't have to talk about that. But yeah, I want to learn as much Japanese as I can, and if I end up going over to school there, or if I start, who knows what's next. But I am excited to keep you guys along with me on the journey. It's gonna be very exciting, and I hope you guys enjoy. There's a lot more content coming your way, by the way. I'm putting this video out, but I'm putting this video out before I record, or before I finish editing one of my interviews, and then I have another interview, and then I have a concert video to edit and record for, and then I have that another Japan video to record for. I have the script done, but I have to record and have to edit, and that's going to be a whole shebang. So bear with me, but the class is over, so I have a little more free time, kinda. Not really though, because I still want to study as much as I can, but at least I don't have the deadline, so I can kind of work it around my schedule rather than working it around my class. So this will get a little more energy, but keep your expectations tempered. So but thank you guys as always for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. But song of the day, almost forgot. Song of the day, I'm gonna throw, this is it. By the time I'm putting this out, it's already almost 2 weeks. Euphoria came out 2 weeks ago almost. Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna give it a red on the grandma rating, but it's a fantastic song. And Meet the Grams is also really good. Not Like Us is also great. So Drake is dead. Kendrick killed him. The beat on Euphoria is one of my favorite beats on a Kendrick song. Meet the Grams is one of the scariest songs I've ever listened to in my entire life. And Not Like Us is him just toying with his food, and it's awesome. I highly recommend it. Unless you're my grandma or my family, that might be a little shocking. But yeah, and then album of the week is Almighty So 2 by Chief Keef. That just came out, so it's not outdated. Also a red on the grandma scale. That's like dark red, like dark red. At least like Kendrick, like lyrical, spiritual individual. Chief Keef is not very family friendly, to say the least, but very good also. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I will catch you guys in the next episode, whatever it is. I don't know yet. Concert video, Japan video, interview, probably the interview, we'll see. Yeah, bye.